How's it going? This is Dan from Roots and Rocks Inc. We're starting a big project here in Groton, Massachusetts that we're super excited about. We've been waiting on this one for a while now. Designed it over the winter, and as you can see in the background, we have a beautiful view into Mount Wachusett in Massachusetts here. This is a project that we worked closely with the owner to design a real naturalistic garden. So I'll kind of walk you through what we're doing, what we're replacing, and how it's all going to develop. So this here used to be a big deck with a fence, real ugly, old, white vinyl, real bright in your face, built quite a while back. As you can see, the house has now been kind of completely refinished. Lots of new siding, new doors. Really beautiful on the inside. Now we're gonna make it beautiful on the outside. So we popped the deck up. We've got this area up here, which is gonna become kind of an upper courtyard. So we're gonna have some natural stone stairs come down, kind of our style of cut top granite. We're gonna have access to the garage on this side, and we're gonna make this more of a pass-through garden, kind of a courtyard, if you will. Walk-through space that comes to a large sitting space, which will be right in this zone here. Obviously, beautiful views off to the mountains in the background. We're gonna reimagine this stair set a little bit. So this was an old retaining wall. It's starting to crack on the other side, which you'll see in a second. Instead of having a real steep staircase down to the backyard, these steep staircases can be a little daunting. As you walk through, all of a sudden you're really confined. What we're gonna do is blow this whole wall open. Why don't you come down and see the wall down here? As you can see, tons of weeds have grown in, but as we walk through here, there's a lot of cracks on this old wall. It's just what happens with older walls and hydrostatic pressure behind it. So we're gonna take this stair set, instead of staring at these units here, we're gonna blow the stair set this way. We're gonna create multi-tiers of granite. It's gonna be a really beautiful walking garden up to the upper patio area. And then as you turn this way, you have another expansive view out to the beautiful town of Groton that we're in here. Our stone that we're sourcing for the project actually comes from right over those trees, about 50 miles north. We do everything pretty local, and that quarry is an old abandoned quarry. We'll show you some shots of that as well. And then we're gonna pop up all this old style of flagging mixed with concrete, and we're gonna do our large format granite in here. Should be a totally different side yard and backyard when we're done. Can't wait to show you in a couple months. All right, through the magic of video, here we are. A couple months later, whole new backyard. Looks a little better, if I do say so myself. So what we did here is an entry garden. Lots of natives, some interesting color plays and texture plays with the planting through the space. We created large format walkway that meanders from the driveway into this open courtyard that you're about to come into now. We did a mosaic of large natural flagging in here. There's tons of little details in the stair sets, lots of scribing work. We sourced these beautiful stones, as we mentioned in the first video, from an abandoned quarry up in New Hampshire. Really pretty stuff, lots of lichen, lots of patina. Created a courtyard entrance, more of a grand entrance for this slider up here. Same thing, lots of scribing, lots of intricate little details in the stonework there. Little section for a hose reel over here. Against this patio, our client is a big bird watcher, so we created our own little bird bath here. Pretty cool. It spills over like a little waterfall when it rains, and that's another feature from inside the house that they get to enjoy when they can't be outside. We went with some really nice lights from Hinckley along the path. They kind of blend in with the rest of the feel here, and we went with a square look to match some existing lights on the house. Now down to what was a little tiny skinny stair set. As you can see, we blew it wide open. So they get to enjoy this gorgeous view from a couple different spots from their upper patio, and then coming down this natural stone staircase, we have a little seating area here. We made one of our cut top benches here so they can sit and enjoy the view. We planted it low so they can still enjoy it when they're sitting down. Again, lots of mass plantings, tons of different transitional color through the space all year long with all these different perennials and shrubs that start one color and mature to a different color as the season goes through. All this is meant to blend and grow in. There won't be really any mulch exposed as this comes in over the next couple of years. And then the backyard garden. So we went perennial heavy back here. This is a super sunny spot in the, especially midsummer. We were baking back here, making this project happen. But psyched to do it. Really awesome clients. Really cool space back here that transitions to a couple more sliders down there. And then painting over some pretty cool features here. We put a tall upright juniper here to kind of block the view of these AC units. This is also going to get fenced in. We're just working out the final details with the carpenter. This wall we created by cutting these blocks, top and bottom, except for the top ones, which made it pretty tricky. As you can see, they stack almost like a concrete blocky wall would. However, we did a lot of custom stonework in here by leaving the tops live. A little tricky to work in the details, but there's lots of scribes throughout. Thought it came out really, really nice. Again, these pieces of stone coming out of the old quarry. We tried not to manipulate them too much to keep that natural patina on it. It's kind of our specialty and what we like to do. Especially when we find really funky pieces like this one. We like to utilize them into the space. You can see how this old split curve works into create the perfect corner of a garden. These are our favorite projects working with natural stone. Happy to help you out in the future. rootsrocksinc.com